Yeah.
Timing is everything. Have you guys ever heard that? Timing is everything.
Yeah.
It's a very important principle. But what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna do the setup, but I'm gonna give it a quick yank and shoot.
Double, I'm just gonna step here. Right, he's gonna square up. I'm gonna go on a double there. You know, there's that, instead of that fast feint you're talking about, there's like the slow one too. I think I worked at, like Yates was showing me so I worked at the beginning of the season, right? So say like I'm a foot circle here, and I'm gonna take, so I'm feint here, you step back, I pull, and I just reset.
Right.
That's like the other one, that's slower instead of,
show me that.
Whereas like.
But you still did, like when my foot landed, you went in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so here.
Like, you feinted me. I went back. Yeah, that's what
I'm eating your leg.
It still had that pop up.
Oh, okay.
Like that's what
so
I'm trying to.
You're thinking of like guys that are like, ugh.
Yeah, and then the guy defends, and it's like, you know. That's
where it's
funny.
like, yeah, when you pull, you should be thinking about like.
Yes.
Levels.
And they don't do that. I think a lot of kids don't do that. At least with the kids, and I'm sure the adults have that problem too. Yeah. I've seen my adult jiu-jitsu. Plus, adult jiu-jitsu guys are very basic with their wrestling.
Yeah.
So they're like, they probably benefit a lot.
You been recording?
Yes.
Yeah. But we got to cut that part. We can't show them what we just worked on.
It's secret.
Yeah. Teach Me Grappling. What's up, guys? Brian Peterson here. I've got Anton Kalista again. You guys love this guy.
I haven't cut my hair. Sorry.
Yeah. For all you guys in the comment section that love his hair, they go, it's so distracting. Can you get him to cut his hair, please? He's not cutting it. He said he's like Samson. He says his power comes from his hair. He didn't say that. I just said that. All right, guys, enough with the BS. What are we going to do tonight? It is a new year. Happy New Year to you. We are going to be showing you I want to talk about a setup. I came up with this idea, and I was just discussing it with Anton, and we're going to throw some different setups at you. But I want to talk about something specific. First, I'll start with the most basic of all setups. Like, I'm going to grab onto Anton's arms, and he's going to let me have double inside tie, which is kind of hard to get sometimes. See how I have both hands equal. He's holding on to me. And then what I'm going to do, my partner's square, because he's helped me out. And so what I learn is, I'm a righty, so I stand with my right foot in front. So can you see my feet? Now what I'm gonna learn is, if I move towards his leg, he pulls his legs away from me. So instead of moving towards his leg, I get taught to move away from the leg, and his leg gets closer. And I can facilitate that leg stepping by doing a pull with my arm. So I step this way and I pull. So you make him step, and then they teach you to step to the outside, level change, and take a shot. Like, for example, a sweep single. And that's all well, good, it looks great, but the problem is when it ends up being executed, there's a timing issue, there's a rhythm issue with your setup. So I want to talk about that rhythm issue. When I'm here, you give it a strong pull, but I like to say you pull too much. You almost go like this, you go, pull, and maybe he steps, right? But then you've driven your car this way so fast and so much. Now you put your car in reverse and you try to go back that way. By the time you go, his leg is gone. His leg disappears, it's no longer there. So you tried your setup, it may have even worked, but then he felt you coming. And because your pull is too much this way, I pull and then go, and he's gone. Again, coach, just hang on to my arms a little. There you go. I pull and I go, and he's gone. I pull and he's gone every time. So it's not 50% this and then 50% that. I want my energy to go into his leg, so I'm gonna use more like, again, I don't know what the exact percentage is. Maybe it's 10, maybe it's 20, I don't know, maybe it's 15, maybe it's 17.2. But what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna do the setup, but I'm gonna give it a quick yank and shoot. And you see, I get a lot more speed from it. I actually, at the time when his leg comes to me in slow-mo, I'm going to his leg. As his leg goes to me, slow motion, coach, I'm going forward. See that? It's not, I make him step, then I shoot and it's gone. That, you don't want to do that. So the movement is simply yank and shoot. Did you get a good look at that, Brady? Mm-hmm. So yank and then shoot. One more time. Yank and shoot. And then just talking about the timing, you can apply it to a lot of steps. Coach, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you can do, everything, right? So we were talking about a sweep, right? But we can go outside step, high crouch, inside step, high crouch. It's all the same. When I take my pull, that's when I take my opportunity, right? I'm pulling, say, for an inside step, high crouch. Super basic, shot right here. When I do my pull, my main goal is to get my attack arm off, right? So I take my pull. As soon as this attack arm slips, he's leaning forward, and I'm going to take my step. Here, it's my little cheat step. So in the same way that coach was explaining, he's pulling, and then as the foot comes forward, he's stepping. It's kind of like a cheat step, right? Whether I'm just grabbing here, or I'm actually shooting my sweep, right? It can do the same thing with outside and inside step, right? I've pulled, and I can step as I'm pulling, right? That's really important, because if I pull first, take my arm off, and then step, that's the same concept that we were just talking about where, okay, I got a good pull, now my arm comes off, I start taking my step, he's going to take his foot away. So it's the same idea. I like to rotate on the toe that I'm shooting, so let's say I'm taking my inside high crouch, well then I'm going to take him, kind of smack him in the ear here, boom, here, and I can take my shot. It's the same idea, rotate into my shot. Do the same thing, rotate outside step, right? High crouch there. We can take it a step further. We can do a double here, right? Blast double, really easy. Maybe I pop him a couple of times, right in the shoulders. Now as he's coming back towards me, which is acting essentially like I'm pulling him, right? If I pop and he's coming towards me, or his hands are coming up, that's the same thing as me setting it up. Pop, boom, same thing. He's coming towards me. That means there's some kind of movement this way. As he's moving this way, I'm changing levels. Right now it's really easy. My blast double. Or just a regular double from there. Same thing. Corner. I think the biggest thing is just realizing where to snap it off. You should be like a rubber band, right?
Yeah.
Right there. Wherever you're going. It doesn't have to be, I think you can actually do it with a push too, right? So it doesn't have to be a pull. A lot of times I like to set up my double by making him move away from the leg. So say, in the same manner, instead of doing something like this, or here into my double, it's the same idea. I'm just catching him in the middle of his movement. I'm not waiting for him to finish his movement. I'm shooting as he's moving.
It's about that timing, that rhythm, that timing of your setup. And I think that's where a lot of people are going wrong when they do it. So even if we apply it to that same principle to your cross step right there, when you cross stepped, you can't wait until the guy's here. You got to catch him as he goes. But if you waited too long, or you went over there and I went here, now you take the shot, and I'm down blocking, I'm blocking you out. You've got to have that proper timing.
Yeah, you have to trust it. That's why we got to drill it too, right? Because a lot of times it'll feel awkward. If you guys are drilling this at your gym, say we're doing that cross step. Well, the whole idea here is I'm stepping so far here that I should be able to grab here. That's why he feels in danger to move that out. And it feels kind of awkward. Sometimes you might have to wait, a split second, right? Not just try to run through him here, but just get him to square up and go. So that timing is going to take a little while because it's going to feel awkward, especially when you're there, or even when we're talking about shoulders to elbows. A lot of people have a really hard time with that because this is what ends up happening. We go here, and we go here, and we're doing the same thing. We're dropping back. Butts dropping back like we're trying to pull him. Like we're trying to pull him. Now I'm already off balance. It feels weird.
I'm more ready.
Yeah,
I'm more ready to defend what you're doing.
He's 3 feet in front of me instead of get one in, boom.
Yeah.
Right now, run right through it.
See, there's an expectation that first time you shoved me, I went back.
Right.
I felt his power. It was like boom. The next time, he just touched and then retracted, and I almost just fall into him, you know. So that made the setup perfect.
Yeah.
Timing is everything. Have you guys ever heard that? Timing is everything.
Yeah.
It's a very important principle. If you have the right time, it can work. If you guys have horrible time, you could have the best technique in the world, but you come in at the wrong time when that window of opportunity closes and you run your face right into a wall. So you guys got to make sure you have your timing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson today. It's a new year, so please click that link down below at Patreon and PayPal and contribute to this channel. And if you have not subscribed, if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe and then go check out the other videos. We've got lots of great videos. We've got other great videos with Anton, as well as 1 million on myself. Maybe not 1 million, 400 plus. So guys, enjoy, and I'm excited. Thank you guys so much for an awesome 2019. 2020 is going to be even better. Thank you guys. We're out.